So we are a year into Greenfields Energy Group. We've got 72 clients. I think that's a pretty good effort in that time.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, that.
And I thought it'd be good to, I guess, just reflect on the last year, because we don't take that much time to reflect, really, because you were so busy in the business doing stuff. It's good to just sit down, have a coffee, have a tea, although it probably should be a beer and a bit of wine.
Yeah. We've come a long way, and like I say, it's not something we really talk about.
So let's do this. I'll ask a few questions. You come up with the answers, pretty much like our daily routine, really. I really, really vividly remember a year ago, somebody who is now a client of ours, an MD of a business, saying, after your first year, you won't believe how much work you've actually done and what you've achieved. And now as we sit here a year later, I think that's definitely true. What would you say you're most proud of in that first year?
I don't know that there's a thing that stands out as one thing that I'm most proud of. I think just the fact that we've got to where we've got to together. We always had belief that we could do this, but to actually achieve that and in the timescales we've done it, yeah, I think just the whole process, journey, business itself, just proud of the whole thing. What about you?
I think proud that we had the balls to do it, because although we knew we'd be fine and we'd make a success of it, it still takes a lot of balls.
Yeah,
I mean, still got a roof above a head, which is a good thing as well. I think I'm proud that we'd built a name for ourselves. We've leveraged that, and it's all about people and relationships, isn't it? We talk about that all the time. I guess something we don't really talk about that much is probably the reasons necessarily why we did it in the first place, or what we're trying to achieve personally, because we talk about people and relationships, and ultimately it's about us as the business. How do you feel about sort of your personal reasons for doing this now? We're a year in. Have they changed as your sort of reason why changed in that period?
No, I think obviously the key reason for doing what we wanted to do was to work with the people we wanted to work with in the right way, which would keep the business fun. You're going to do something for a living, you want to enjoy what you do. It's working with the people that you can enjoy working with, where you can really affect them. Yeah. And add some real value to them. I think that's been great. That was the key reason for doing what we were doing. But I say the big thing personally for me, and I don't know if you've seen the same, but I think when it's yours and the people around you can see what you're achieving and the work that goes in, actually you get a sense of as like a buy-in from people close to you, so family, friends, and I think that helps. I think you think and you see and you read about having a business and how it's working till midnight, and sometimes it is, but it looks like it's just constant hard work and pressure. But actually, there's a lot more enjoyment from that. There's a lot more buy-in, and you certainly get a greater reward, not just from a financial point of view, but the interest people take in it, and family being interested in what you're doing, and it feels like the business is more than a job now, which is great.
Well, I think it's your life, isn't it? Really, that doesn't mean we'll never be in a position where we're working 20-hour days, because it's just not. I don't think there's a need to be honest. I think if you're working 20-hour days, you're possibly getting something wrong anyway.
I think so. Yeah.
I think people have got the buy-in for what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve, both family, friends, but also clients as well, because a lot of our clients had classes. I had classes, friends now. I've worked with them for quite some time, and they've bought into us, which is why they're now clients of.
Absolutely.
Clients of ours.
And I'd say those relationships with those clients as well has definitely evolved since. There's some people that we're close to now who are mentors to us, giving us good advice and helping us out because they've been on this journey before. Yeah. It's been really nice to see how those relationships have evolved, rather than, well, gladly not declined, but rather than just stay the same in terms of where we were before. They're definitely improving, evolving, and like you say, we're much closer to our clients now than we were certainly able to get to before.
Yeah, no, I agree. What about biggest learnings? They could be good learnings, or there could be things that we've ballsed up.
The biggest thing we've learned, and I think we've dealt with it fairly well, learning to fail quickly, and not in terms of what we're doing, but if something's not right, change it early. And I think we've been quite good at that, although that has presented issues. It caused us a few problems, headaches internally, and I think having the ability, the guts really to say this isn't working, we need to do something, and whether there's a cost or time impact to that, just get it right.
Fail quickly, learn, adapt,
absolutely.
Go again. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I think the biggest learning for me has been, well, I've learned loads of stuff about Sage and accounting, which has been an absolute delight.
Yes, thank you for that.
I would say, I think it comes back to people and relationships. We knew that we had good relationships with people, but I think I've just had that reaffirmed. I think we've learned that actually that is absolutely everything to us, and actually it's been quite nice where we've actually walked away from some business because it's not the right fit for us. If we feel like we're not, don't get on with that person, or the business isn't a right fit, or it's not the kind of right profile that we can add some value to, or we don't really feel like they're listening to us, well, so what? We'll just say thanks but no thanks. I think that's been a learning that we can be selective with who we want to work.
And that's quite hard and scary to do, isn't it? Saying no to potential business. But yeah, when you look at the long-term vision, and time is key, is probably a bigger factor now to us than it ever was before, because like you say, it is all about those relationships and working with those people. And if you've got people who are taking your time and not adding value to you, which means you're not adding value to others that you should be. As difficult as it is sometimes, just to say no, it's not right.
I think we've also had on the people and relationships, I think we've had a lot of help from suppliers. I also really remember speaking to people pre-doing this, saying it was going to be really hard to get broker agreements and TPI agreements. And I was thinking, bloody hell, is it?
Yeah, I did worry about that.
It hasn't been difficult at all, because
no, it hasn't.
Again, it comes down to people and relationships. People knew us, they trusted us, they knew the value that we could bring to them as suppliers, and they've been, in the main, great, supportive, held our hands. So it's not just about clients, it's about full circle stuff.
Yeah, it's for everything, isn't it? And I think, the suppliers that we use, like you say, everyone warned us. That's the biggest challenge, We wouldn't want to be doing this now because of that reason. Getting supply agreements in place. I think you learn the value of your time served as well. Been in the industry for a long time now. You've got those relationships with some key people, and like you say, they were all willing to help us out. And I think takes us back to the sector that we like to work in, manufacturing. Energy seems to be very similar, People are happy, willing to help you out, whether they be suppliers, whether they be other TPIs, share experience with you. It's just been really good to see, and some of those relationships have definitely improved. But yeah, the suppliers, those relationships with suppliers have been key, and they've really helped us get going.
Definitely.
And wasn't, luckily, as you say, the challenge that we either expected or were told to expect.
I agree. We've got 2 new people joining us in the next month, which is a big thing. That's going to change the whole way that the business operates, how quickly we expand. So that's a massive thing. But what else do you think is what's next for us if we look, if we sat here again in 12 months' time?
We want to add probably another 50 clients, I'd say, 30 to 50 maybe, possibly 1 or 2 more new members of staff. But hopefully the key thing for me is that we're still in this journey the way we are now. It's still enjoyable, even the dynamics will change with the extras coming in. But yeah, hopefully not too much will change in terms of the day-to-day, the way that we work together, the clients that we're working with, the people that we're working with. We get to do some good fun stuff with some really good people, whether that be suppliers or clients. We can maintain that. And just keep pushing on as we are, improve, maybe not necessarily improve, but cement who we are to the world, to our clients, and hopefully maintain this essentially going forward. I think that's the key thing, not to get lost in next year. How about you?
I would say more of the same. I have no doubt it's going to present some challenges to us as we expand. But I think focusing on getting the right kind of people in the business is key. I think 30 to 50 new clients is a reasonable number. We know we're never going to be mass market. We want to work with who we want to work with. to be honest, I think we can do 30 to 50 new clients standing on our head really without too much trouble. And see what happens, you see lots of LinkedIn gurus and stuff talking about start planning exit strategies in the 5-year plan. I mean, I'm sure there's some value in that, but I think you just have to live in the present really, and just keep doing what you're doing in the right way for your clients, and you'll be fine.
I think if we can get to a stage by this time next year where you and I can be out of the business at the same time and be confident that it still runs itself, I think that'd be a really nice place to be.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. So we'll see where we are in
absolutely.
a year.
Do this in a year and see what happens.
And we'll swap tea and coffee for beer.
We'll go to the bar next time.
Beer and red wine.
Yeah, absolutely.